Hi and welcome to Scott's Inverts. I'm Scott. These are the inverts. Today's video we pair up our curly hairs, and unfortunately the female absolutely slams the male. Now at the very end of this video we're going to look into a couple of reasons to why this is not necessarily a bad thing, but for now we'll go in and we'll check out exactly what happened. If you're of a nervous disposition where an animal being eaten by another animal is going to upset you, please do not watch the rest of this video. So the mature male's on the right with the female being on the left. The male is getting on a little bit, as you can tell by that bowl bum of his, but he's still shaking away at the female, which is a positive sign. But an unfortunate event happens in just a split second where he's on the top of her enclosure looking down on her, and what happens? He loses grip, he falls down, he thinks he's going to get smashed. She actually tried to pair briefly with him, but he gets back in position, starts his shaking again and is vibrating. She isn't actually vibrating back to him visually, but she probably is micro vibrating. So what that means is vibrations that we cannot see. So she's kind of sat there thinking, come on mate, get yourself over here, I want to get this job done. And he's thinking, well, I want to too, but I also do not want to get eaten. But yeah, look, you can see the age of him again. Look at that bold bum. Really surprised he actually dropped another sperm web. And for those of you that are wondering what a sperm web is, it's a piece of webbing that spiders create. They deposit a packet of sperm onto that, and their pedipalps suck that sperm up and then insert it into the female just underneath her abdomen. So he's got to dive underneath her body and go towards her bum and insert his pedipalps. But he is shaking for dear life now. That shaking is not in fear. He's telling the female, I'm here, I'm ready, I want a pair again. As he's moving around, she's backed off slightly, but she's still facing him. Again, another positive sign when it comes to pairing spiders. And these are being curly hairs, you kind of think nothing's going to go wrong with these. You know, it's curly hairs, they're soft, they're docile. Well, that's pretty much how these guys get described. And again, I do think they're one of the most underrated species on the planet. And boom, they go diving straight into it there. The male literally took the female on pretty positively then. He's got hooks on his legs, so he's going to try and lift her up in the air so he can get through with his pedipalps. And all that time is continually drumming with those pedipalps, so she doesn't actually know when the insertion happens. And the insertion will happen in just a couple of seconds. You'll see the male go forward just like that. So this is a point where he's putting the sperm in, and I'm thinking, brilliant, he'll back away now and everything will be fine. But just watch the female, boom, crushes him. Absolutely unbelievable. But again, in a minute or two, we'll just look at the reasons to why this happens, and have a look at what positive benefits could happen from the female actually eating the male. And again, this is not just something that happens at home. This happens in the wild on a daily basis with tarantulas and other spiders. When they pair successfully and sometimes unsuccessfully, the female will actually eat the male. Now, I will give you my thoughts to why it happens. I'd like to know your thoughts, if you agree with mine, in the comments down below. And we'll see if we match, see if there's any other new ideas. So if you are watching this video and you listen to the bit where I'm talking about why this happens, pop down to the comments and read what other people are also putting there. Us YouTubers, we do not, and I can't say this enough, we do not know everything. And there's far more knowledgeable people out there than us. But if you pop down into those comments and see what people are talking about and see what they're saying as well. But it's very sad. It's like a love embrace almost. A death love embrace. Such a shame. Boom! So that was our curly hairs. They have been together over the last couple of days and they have paired several times. So this time they went in, and as I said in the video, when she went like this and he went underneath, he's actually inserting at that point, so the sperm is actually entering her body, which is a really, really good thing. Unfortunately, there was no way of saving the male. She wrapped the legs around him and he was an absolute goner. Now this, we always think, oh no, it's my male spider, or I've lost him. And it is a heartbreaking experience, especially if you're very attached to that spider, or even if it's somebody else's and they've lent it to you and you're just using him to get your female gravid. But what this happens in nature is this happens all the time, and the reason behind that is because the female will know she's got the sperm inside her, will know that she's paired, and will also know that she's going to be gravid very, very soon. And in the back of her mind, she is thinking she needs to build herself up, ready for this whole process, possibly going months without food and all the rest of it, as well as those eggs developing inside her, are taking vital nutrients that she needs from her body to develop themselves. Now, this brings me to along the lines of thinking that when they destroy the male, when they actually eat the male, yes, it's a terrible thing for the male, and it's a terrible thing and heartbreaking for us as keepers. But for the female, it's given her all those nutrients and all those important things that her body needs to build those eggs, to be able to lay the egg sac and then protect that egg sac without food for months on end. It is one of those unfortunate things in the hobby, but in nature, in the wild, this is what happens. And in previous years, some of my males have been eaten, and the egg sacs have been extremely healthy. We've had several extra eggs, or the actual slings themselves look exceptionally healthy compared to when they don't eat the male. A shining example of this is when our Psalmopoeus and Myrnia destroyed the male, and then once she'd laid that egg sac, once she opened the egg sac, the slings that come out literally look like you'd buy them from straight from a pet shop. They were absolutely awesome, slightly bigger than normal and a lot quicker and a lot more healthy looking. So that is the reason to why the females do this in nature. The other reason is the female might destroy him to stop him then going on to pair with another female, because if it pairs with another female, we could have an egg sac with a female here and an egg sac with a female here, and when those slings come out, both sets of slings are then competing for the same food in a very small area. That is another reason why the female will smash the male, but I personally think it's to get all those nutrients and all the goodness from out of the male and into the female. Either way, it's really fascinating stuff. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've got to the end of this video and you're not subscribed, hit that subscription button, because a high percentage of you guys that don't watch are not subscribed, and trust me, it will help me personally out so much if you hit that subscription button. It would be absolutely amazing to try and get those subscription levels a little bit higher and get some more interest around these beautiful creatures that are our inverts, our tarantulas, centipedes, scorpions and all the other good stuff. Anyway guys, as always, we shall see you again on the next one.